Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm
Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
This is Social Norm. We go ahead, ask questions, and we give y'all the answers. All right. Today's episode, we came up with a good topic. It's called Your Mother versus Your Wife. Now, Mother's Day is coming up.
Yes, it is.
Right. And I don't like how this sounds. There we go. That sounds better. Cool. All right. So with Mother's Day coming up, we came up with a scenario that actually my girl K to the A to the R to the E to the N came up with. What up, babe?
Hey.
And this, you want me guys to just jump right into it and tell the scenario?
Yeah, just go ahead.
All right. So the scenario is you have your wife, you have mother of your kids, and your wife ends up, she wants a specific thing for Mother's Day. She wants to just stay at home, doesn't want to bother anybody, just wants to stay at home and eat pizza with the family. No one else there. And then your mother wants the total opposite, where she wants you to have everybody at the house, cook dinner, and everybody enjoy celebration of Mother's Day together. How would you deal with that situation? Now, I personally feel like I had a solution, but it clearly wasn't the solution my girl wanted it to be. She wanted it to be specifically she wins and my mother, not my mother, but in the scenario, the mother loses. She doesn't get what she wants. Go ahead. What you guys say?
Because it's not about winning or losing. It's about, in this scenario, the wife gave advance notice. This is what I want to do. The mother, weeks later, right before Mother's Day, says, I want to do this. That's completely opposite. And the mother isn't willing to. She's also very specific, and it's the opposite. For me, it's, we already had this planned. You just popped up. That's what it is. It's not like, oh, your mom's not important. Clearly, your mother is important. That's why you're here.
So I personally feel like that your wife should be willing to compromise for your mother, because she knows that's your mother and how much she means to you, right? If she's your partner, if she's the woman you're supposed to be with, she should be willing to sacrifice her ego for that day so that you can celebrate your mother.
The same shit could be said about your mother.
But your mother
She
only
should-
has so many years on this earth.
She's not dying tomorrow.
You don't know. You don't.
That's tomorrow too.
Okay, she could, and then guess what? And I can go get another wife.
Well, my thing is this. Yeah,
That's my whole point of the matter.
My thing is, it's not even about advanced notice. It's about, you got to take care of your home first.
You do, and this
Your home
okay.
gotta be
So
taken
now
care
this
of
is
first.
what I'm getting at. It seems like everybody keeps saying "happy wife, happy life." So it seems like because of the woman in your life, she can't see past her own ego. You have to cater to that just so you can have peace in your home, right? Instead of her being the bigger person and realizing what she has, a man who wants to love and cherish his mother, right? She sees she has a good man. Maybe she says, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and give that to your mother. So that way it can be.
But mom can't get past her ego and say, you know what? Let my son celebrate the mother
Well,
of his children.
listen right now. Go ahead. What do you got to say?
Well, first of all, I don't like happy wife, happy life. I prefer happy spouse, happy house because I feel like both need to be happy. But
Oh, as you know, when you say "but," everything you said though is thrown in the trash.
Maybe I shouldn't say but. That's besides the point. It's not about like egos and in this scenario. Clearly, in a perfect world, you know what type of person I am. I'm not even. I will always put myself last, anyways. But in this specific scenario, it's not like, oh, you guys need to compromise. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
In this scenario, this made up scenario, it's which one.
No, it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it
In my
doesn't.
mind, family is all about compromise.
It's gonna be different depending on who your wife is and who your mother is.
I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't want a wife that would be so deliberate. It's got to be my way or the highway in this situation that
It's not about
you
that.
put me in a position to where I have to choose my mother or you.
Well, my
That's-
thing is if I give you advance notice that this is what I want to do, and your mom says I want to do this, and you didn't say, and you're just like, okay,
Let me say
that
right.
is disrespect towards your wife because
I wouldn't just jump and say okay, but I would tell you, hey, give you a heads up. This is what my mother wanted to do.
but that's where you should have been like, okay, mom, I'll talk to her about it, but she did want this already, and
I was
What's the problem with celebrating your mother's for Mother's Day days later down the line?
There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that either. The problem was when I said, if I said, hey, let's go ahead before we even, because the whole purpose of the event, right, for having it at my house
Mhm.
is so all the mothers can be celebrated at once, right? So to do it after Mother's Day, it's going to be a lot harder to get everybody.
In this scenario, the other mothers don't matter. None of the other mothers are related to you at all. So
They
the
are
only
related
mother-
to you though, right?
No.
They're related to somebody. We're family or friends. Regardless if it's friends or family.
In this specific scenario, the only one other mother would be your brother's mother of his children, not his wife, not his mom.
Even if it was just my mother who wanted to come over,
Mhm.
there's never gonna be a time in my life where my wife gonna tell me my mother can't come over this
Yeah,
house.
but at the end of the day, again, in this scenario, it's like, okay, I don't want to entertain. I don't want to have to clean my house. I don't want to have.
You don't have to do none of that. I'll do it.
Now, because your mother wants to come over, literally more than 10 people have to come over, and nobody's willing to help out and cook or clean.
So what
So it's not me and you.
so this is the thing. When I told her that she gave me that scenario, I told her, I said, I would tell you, you don't have to do anything. I'll take care of it. She said, no, you won't do that. And I said, so now what you're doing is making a lose-lose situation for me
Well,
to where I can't be
Let's be real.
maneuvered.
I said that not because of who I am and because of who you are. Because if it was me,
It was another person.
I'll go sit on the couch. This is based off of somebody else. So in this scenario, that's not what will be offered, more than likely.
In a
Like,
nutshell, she
suck
just
it up. You gotta cook and you gotta clean.
No, that wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I was a man. I mean, if I'm in this scenario, that wouldn't be. I'm saying for myself, I wouldn't go and say, "Oh, you gotta clean, you gotta cook." I would try to cater to both and say, "Look, what we'll do is this is what I this is
Yeah,
what."
but you're trying to skirt around it.
What's wrong with you? You guys are both putting
The
my
question is, wife, mother.
no.
You're
See,
like,
this is what I'm saying.
oh,
Women want to put landmines right on both ends. I can't please my mother. I can't please my wife, and then you want me to try to maneuver through it, but I can't adjust. And I'm saying, why can't I just move to where both people get happy instead of doing?
in
How
real
about this?
life, you
What
can't.
I would do? I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I'm gonna solve it all. I would tell my girl. I said, look, we're gonna have a brunch at the house for everybody. I'm gonna clean up everything. You ain't gotta do nothing. And then by this time, like we'll say 4, maybe 5 o'clock, I'll tell everybody they gotta go because my lady wants to have alone time with me and the kids, and she just wants to get pizza. Problem solved. Both parties get what they want. Nobody has. You don't have to stress about cleaning. None of that.
In this scenario, that's not possible because nobody is free until the evening. And
Oh
there's
God, she keeps
stuff
adding
to do in the
stuff.
morning.
Well, if nobody's free, guess what? Well, then I'll flip it. We'll do what you want in the morning, and we'll do
You
or in
got
the,
your whole morning planned. Literally, that's the scenario. You have your whole morning planned up until 1 o'clock.
you know.
Nobody's free until 4 o'clock.
You know, I'm reading this
5
right
o'clock.
now. I'm reading this book, Beans, about is about hospitality. It was written by the CEO and partner of the Rich Carlton.
Okay.
One of the most profound hotels, all based off of their customer service, right? And he talks about how you try to do everything you can to go the extra mile to help to please the customer, right? But there's always going to be that 5 or 3% of people you can't please. And this is this is one of those scenarios. She's trying to make it where there's no other way you can please her except this. And I'm saying there's other ways where both parties can be heard and be appreciated.
In real life.
What other world are we living in?
At the end of the day, unfortunately, in this scenario, the wife and the mother of the children is going to have to compromise, which stinks. Because
why does it stink to compromise?
It stinks because she said a month ago, this is what I want to do. And so now, because somebody just pops up last minute, now she has to compromise.
Well, let me say that. Let me say
in
this.
a nutshell, I usually go do cut and dry. If the missus doesn't want anybody at the house, nobody's coming to the house.
And I can understand that because it is her house too. I don't want to sit there and just, but I would say this. I don't see anywhere in my life where I'm going to have a house. And if my mother wants to come over and my wife says she can't come over, that ain't going to be my wife. That's not the type of wife I'm having. She wouldn't, I don't think my wife would ever do something like that. That's just me. You know, I hope I would pray and want my mother and my wife to get along. But if they didn't, I would hope my wife would still have the respect for me to treat my mom with the utmost respect and care.
In this situation, they don't not get along. It's just.
I didn't say that. I just said.
It's just, and the mother is not. It's not like they're not allowed to come over, but it's like now there's 12 more people in addition. So
well, I wouldn't. Like, I would say, look, we ain't gonna have 12 people over. We'll have
this.
The
mom's like, nope. I need everybody. Everybody has because she wants all of her children and her grandchildren and her family. It's her day, nobody else.
Well, look, unfortunately, Mom, this is what I would tell my mother. Unfortunately, this isn't just my house. This is my family house, and my family don't want all that. So if you want to come over and I'll make you your barbecue that you want or whatever, and we can celebrate, and then you can go do other plans with other people.
My thing is, why does it have to be at your house?
I think probably because of the setup. Maybe I got the best home to have a gathering than everybody else's. So I get why they're using my house.
And the mom doesn't want to use her house because it's Mother's Day. She doesn't want people at her house.
Well, that's fine.
But
anyways,
I'm happy with your answer. Like, I feel like that I would do something like that, or like
somewhere down the line, somebody got to compromise.
Right. Both people got to compromise. If one person, if it's like war, if you're not willing to give anything, and the other person ain't willing to give anything, the only way one person is either you total destruction and you wipe them off the map, or you have even then you don't. No one ever does that in war, right? Somebody might give because they lost, they give more than the other person, but you ain't about to wipe everything off because then you have nothing but wasteland.
At the end of the day, I just came up with this because I mean it's not a real situation that would happen. I just wanted to make you think outside the box a little bit. See,
what you did.
This is where you secretly have a powwow with dad.
Who, me?
This is
Oh,
what
yeah.
I would go to my father and I'd be like, look,
Well, look, Ray, watch this.
I'm not gonna tell you what the scenario
Didn't
is.
I literally told her, I said, if somebody came to me with this situation and I knew the person involved in it, like say it was my sister or my sister-in-law or something like that, I would go to the man and tell him, I say, hey man, what you doing for Mother's Day? And then you tell me what your plan is. If I realize that ain't gonna work for her, I'm gonna say, I don't think she would want that, man. I think she sounds like she probably would want something like this. You might want to figure out how to maneuver that. And that's what I would do. I give you a suggestion or a solution. I ain't gonna sit there and just let you crash and burn.
Okay, but what if it's like, no, my mom wants to do this?
Well, then all you could do is take a horse to water. You can't make them drink it.
I'm like, yeah, I'd be like,
Good luck.
I'm like, Dad, that's not happening.
Because you
All right,
look, we've both from doing this show, we've realized who's the pettier sex is. And we realized how much, I had a lady work. I had a lady work with me. And for some reason, I don't know what it is. I just have a way about people love to just give me information about what's going on in their life. And
yeah, we've been out at work and
people just love
talking.
I'm a good listener. So the lady ends up telling me about her husband and how she's not happy with him and things like that. And she kept telling me about, how I kept asking her what's wrong with him? What he work, he provide, he fixed things around the house for her. He seemed like a good husband. When it come to, after talking to her for an hour, what I end up finding out? She's resenting him because when they got married, instead of having the wedding she wanted, they went to the courthouse. And she still has not forgiven him for that.
And how long have they been together?
They've been married. They have a child, and they've been married 9 years, 12 years, something like that.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. Well, she told him in her version. You know how women, y'all act like y'all tell us stuff, but y'all ain't really tell us. I said directly tell him what you want him to do.
That seed is festering.
It's been festering
too long.
Yes.
To the point she's going to divorce his man for
something that
he can leave orange juice out, and she can be like, that's it, I'm done.
Exactly. And I told her,
he gonna be like, what did I do?
And those little things fester and grow into other things where you're now not loving that person at all. You're not giving no affection, nothing, because you still hold resentment over something like that. When I told her, I said, you gotta, just like a man needs to tell a woman what he wants from her and not guess, a woman has to tell the man directly, specifically what she wants for him to do.
Exactly.
That way there's no confusion.
And this is where it goes back to happy spouse, happy house. You have to put each other first. And granted, I don't know the situation if it wasn't in the budget or whatnot, but if he would have been like, what exactly do you want? Let me put you first. And she put him first. They could have either compromised or both been happy.
Here goes the thing. It's not too late to do a wedding. Right.
Well, that's what I said. And she said, because he built a whole gazebo and all kind of things for her. I said, why don't you have it in the backyard? She's like, she's like, it's not even that. She said she would accept that. She wants him to go just do it without just telling him to do it. I want to
that doesn't work.
And I told her that
never works.
I said, you can't expect him. If he ain't did it and y'all been married for 12 years, he ain't gonna do it.
That's on you, because you should have opened your mouth and said something.
You need to say something. Don't be petty and do things like to spite him just because you haven't told him what you want.
Exactly.
Man, if you're married to a man, you know for sure that's not gonna happen.
Very straightforward.
Yeah.
You just got to tell us.
He's like, oh,
And he could be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was like that."
Well, not even that. If you tell him directly, I want to renew our vows and I want the wedding I've
wedding.
always wanted. I want this, and this. And because maybe he don't know how to give it to you the way you want it, because clearly women want things exactly how they want them, and if they don't get them that way, they're gonna be little brats. And they're gonna pout and be mad well, clearly because look at what's happened to her.
I've gone to weddings that people had years later. Like I'm talking like 30 and 40 years later.
they'll do that, and then they do what is it called? A vow renewal.
Yeah,
That's what it will be a vow
Yeah.
renewal. So she never got the wedding she wanted, and I was like, okay. And as a man, you don't really realize how much it means to a woman
Mhm.
because we don't grow up thinking about weddings. We don't
No.
think about how the wedding
And-
gonna be, and all
and
we care
our-
about is partying.
Yeah, our contribution to the wedding is basically showing up.
Show up, put a
Because
suit
it's
on,
not about us,
be able to
it's not.
stand.
Some men don't even care about picking out their suit.
dude.
No, I don't.
I did.
I know you like
I
I'm
said,
gonna look fly.
if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna look good.
I mean,
That's all
I
that.
want to make sure I'm not wearing no damn colors that I'm
bright
like
yellow.
I'm not wearing no stuff that I would wear a color, but it got to be the way I
Yeah,
want to
you
look.
just surprised what colors work.
Like you're not gonna make me wear a bow tie if I don't want to wear a bow tie.
I definitely
Nothing
wouldn't wear
wrong
tie.
with both sides.
No, I don't have a problem with bow tie, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
if
trying to
you
get
don't
you.
want it,
If I don't want it, you're not gonna make me wear one just because you want that. I'll wear the color you want, but the suit gonna be what I want.
Here's and the thing about weddings is it's so much going on. You're not even gonna worry about any of that stuff.
No,
I didn't even eat at my wedding.
By the time you're probably so tired,
So
you just
tired.
want to sleep.
Yeah, I had so much going on. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep because I was getting married, and I didn't sleep because I was flying out the next day. I never sleep before I fly, so I was up for days, for just about a week before I got married.
And
so
you probably was a little on edge.
saw
I feel
something
like I
on
would be too
edge.
anxious or too nervous to eat.
Yeah, you don't get a chance.
I don't know.
get a chance to do
Nah,
that stuff.
you know me. I'm paid. I'm especially
I paid for
if I had to pay for it. I'm eating.
Yeah,
I don't care if I gotta. She probably be like,
I'll
"Don't
put
eat."
mashed potatoes in
She
my-
probably tell me don't eat. She be like, "Don't eat nothing." I'm like, I'm
I would
eating.
never.
I get a little lazy when I eat, but
but yeah, she should definitely tell him what she wants, because at this point, it's kind of her fault
so
because she's not saying it.
okay. Let me ask you a question. What's the best thing you did for your mother on Mother's Day?
Mother's Day.
Because we all know mothers get the treatment way
I'm
more
like
than a father.
I'm like the
does.
bad example because I
You don't do
the-
shit for your mother.
no, I give her flowers. No, I take her. I take her out, give her flowers. Birthdays and like Christmas is usually where I shine.
Okay, so birthdays and Christmas, are you giving a little bit more catered specifically to the
Well, I
person?
get her stuff like a washing machine, a washer and dryer. I get her stuff like
Okay.
that.
And I
So,
feel like
to do
Mother's
more
Day-
work to do your clothes.
Yeah, listen, I listen, and this is part of my own ego in it. So I'm about to tell on myself. For me, it's I got 5 brothers and a sister,
You want me to go?
so it's in competition mode. So I'm going to win.
Okay, now this is another situation that me and Kieran had. We started talking about Mother's Day. I said, okay, let me say something. My mother, I get things for my mother. I got my mom a gift a long time ago. Last week I got her a gift. So because she live in Florida, I wanted to make sure she got her gift.
Yeah.
So I got her 4 things because I figure, you want to give girls want something they can eat, they want something they can wear, they want something they can use, and they want something they can see, like show off. Like,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I got her, I got my mother some candy. I got my mother a journal so she can write her story and like what memories she's had. I got my mom some Crocs, and then I got her because she's an AKA. I got her some Croc. I guess they would be charms or stickers, what you want to call them, that they put on the Croc to decorate them. Okay, and she loved it. But what we started talking about was gift giving.
Okay.
And the fact of she feels that when we're married, that whatever I get my mother for Mother's Day,
He's gonna say it for me.
or whatever she says we get my mother for Mother's Day, I need to give something equivalent to her mother. So if I want to get my mother a cruise, or I want to get my mother a car or something, to celebrate her, I have to equivalently give her mother the same thing.
In the ballpark.
And I said, no, that ain't how that work.
It's both of their day. It's not like it's their birthday or Christmas.
That's fine.
That's a tough one.
What do you think about
In
it?
my opinion, I think Mother's Day and Father's Day, you don't get as big gifts as you do for the birthdays and stuff. It's just like a little like.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another spin on it. Let's say it's my mother's birthday. I want to get my mother a car she has always wanted, right? I get it for her. I don't feel like when her mother comes to her birthday, I got to get her mother a car.
I would agree. You don't have to.
I don't have to give her something close to a car.
It's because it's not the same feeling.
But Beans, the other thing I said was something that big. I don't feel like should be a birthday gift. It should just be more of a no reason gift. Because then when you put a label on it, like, oh, this is
I don't think you want
to, then either other people are going to expect it or that person will have further expectations. Because although not everybody is like that, you got me a car for my last birthday. Now, what'd you give me this birthday?
So
I'm going to Outback.
Okay, so let me say this, and you know exactly what I'm saying. You don't realize how much gift giving men have to give women. It's all we're. Listen, you're not getting what I'm saying. We're not doing no random Tuesday. Here's a car, because you know why? If next week's your birthday, you know what a woman gonna say? What you getting me for my birthday? Not a damn thing.
Normal. I will take anybody to dinner. Is like
you're getting the car. That's your birthday.
Birthday, Christmas.
You have to accept that.
I mean, I can see that if it's in the.
She's trying to double dip.
No, I'm not trying to do that. I just don't like the label of like, oh, you need a car anyways. I already said I was going to get it for you. Well, let me dump it on. This is your birthday gift.
What's wrong with that? You needed a car. I got you a car.
Because it's not that thought. Like for me, it's no.
I'm listening.
And
we hearing.
A lot of women are like this too. It's the thought that counts. I am good. I even told you for Valentine's Day, I just want a card. I'm okay. Card, write something in there, cute. It's the thought that counts. So for me, you already said a month ago you were getting me a card. Now you're just gonna slap my birthday.
No, that's not. See, now you're adding things to the conversation. I didn't say I was getting you a car a month ago, and then I got you a car for Valentine's Day. Okay, thank you. You're painting your own scenario in your mind of how you think it would have played.
A lot of times, you ladies don't understand. We're already planning a lot of this stuff in our heads
ahead of time.
Y'all just.
All of us.
Most of us do.
Any man who's dealing with a woman has to plan ahead of what because she already knows. Okay, this is coming up. Yeah, if I don't do anything, she's gonna sit there and that's why she doesn't care about me.
And that's why I say let us men surprise you. Because if you just come up with stuff, I want this, I want that, you're gonna name the thing that he's already got planned getting for you. Now it looks like you only got it because she said.
Let a man be a man.
Don't you want to make sure you're getting the right gift? Clearly, if you're together long enough, you're gonna know your significant other.
Yeah.
But you don't want a hint drop.
What I want my wife to get me is what she wants to get me to show affection, show me honor. That's what I want.
Okay, so let's play it this way. Let's say you see a person you think I would like. You get it. My birthday is 2 weeks from now. I see a different person let's go with how I am. It's on sale. I decide to buy it. I don't know anything about my birthday gift that you got me, but your birthday gift was expensive and it was just specific. Now, either you got to return it, give me what I just bought, or like I
don't got to return nothing.
Now nothing mattered. Like
you know how many purses my mother got?
Well, I'm not like that.
Okay, but let me tell you right now. One thing I know about women, they ain't never gonna turn away enough purses, shoes, jewelry.
Let's just say, for example, it kind of takes the steam out of your gift because I just got a new purse a couple of days ago and now you're giving me another new purse.
Yeah, but your purse ain't gonna be better than my purse.
How you know?
Because you said your purse on sale. That's why.
From the outlet store.
And the reality is it didn't come from me. It didn't come. It coming from me.
I mean,
so
what if I was like, I wish I knew that you were gonna buy me something like
Well-
that. I really needed a pair of boots.
Well, guess what? That's what receipts are for.
I guess.
Take it back.
I feel
Return
like
it.
I feel like I would feel like such a jerk, like, and I wouldn't want to be like, do that to you because you put.
You're
thought
not
into
doing
it.
anything for me. I bought a purse.
See, I would feel bad, and I wouldn't.
You needed a purse. I got you a purse. You got one ahead of time. Okay, well, you got 2 purses. Take one back and go get something else. Problem solved.
I guess it depends on the person. You know,
Clearly,
I
I'm
would
a.
be, I would be wearing 2 purses.
That's fine too. Wear that one
Yeah.
on Monday through Wednesday, the rest
Wear it.
on Thursday through Friday,
Wear it up.
or whatever. There's always. I want y'all to realize something. There's always a solution. We
There
don't
is.
always got to be where it's only this way.
Well, right, but I just don't understand what the issue would be is to having hints.
Well, first off, let me say this: I don't buy any woman anything that I ain't already did my research on.
That's true. The
Men-
thing is, how do you know he can afford that thing you want?
No. Me specifically, I
Bam.
can only
Good
talk
job.
for myself. I mean, take Christmas. I don't ever say, "Oh, I want this specifically," unless if he was like, "Hey, I'm spending $500 on you," then I could see myself being more specific. But I'm the type if I wanted a purse, I'd be like, "Any purse will do."
You will
I'm
never.
not like, "Oh, I need Louis Vuitton or Michael Kors." Like, you have to get this. Here's this. Never.
I'll tell you straight out. No, you're not getting that.
I would never do that.
My mother,
Everybody.
but my mother is that way. My mother wants a specific type of, I think she wanted some specific type of cologne, perfume one time that was really
Mhm.
expensive. My mom, she's a brand queen. She likes brand things, so she wants the brand name, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all that. That's what she wants. I'm telling you, the problem. I'm gonna tell you right now. The problem lies when men stop being men and men control the situation. When you trying to do something for your significant other, be in control. I'm telling you right now, when you're in control and she don't gotta think about nothing, it works out 9 times out of
Most of the
10.
time.
9 times out of 10, it
I
works
just
out.
want to tell you, watch this. The
Go ahead.
only thing that I would really be specific about.
I already know what she's gonna say. I told you 9 times out of 10.
I'm not
Don't.
gonna say it now.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Okay. Well, but I already know that you would never take hints and you won't talk to nobody. You're gonna pick what you want to pick.
Listen,
And that's how kind of should be.
it should be that way
Not
because it's
with-
coming from me.
Not with that.
Not yes,
because
yes.
It's something I gotta wear and look at.
It's
and
coming from me.
What if I hate it?
You would.
Literally,
Why
I-
would you
I
hate
like-
something that comes from
No,
your
no, no.
person?
I
Listen,
would
you're-
like it because of the gesture,
you're-
because it came from you.
Yes,
But what if I think it's
you're
ugly?
going to get gifts. You're never going to get the gifts as
Okay.
you want 100%.
I'm
It's
gonna give
always
you an
going to be
example.
one
No,
that's going to
I'm
be trash.
gonna give you an example right now.
Dropping pictures.
I'm gonna give you an example right now. We'll say your kid's 4 years old.
Okay.
He brings you a gift for Mother's Day, and it's a painting, and it looks horrible. Are you gonna not love it? You're gonna love it either way because of who it came from and what it represents.
I still will think it's ugly.
No, you will not. You will never say
But
like
I'm
you'll be like
beautiful. Thank
You wouldn't-
you're
You
gonna
wouldn't-
think it's beautiful too. You're
You
gonna
wouldn't
honor
crush- You wouldn't crush that child like
it.
that.
You would never do that.
No, I would never tell them that it was ugly, but I could think.
You're.
Okay.
I guarantee you. You're
I
gonna
will
say,
wait. I will wait till he's older.
Listen,
Well, yeah, I would never tell them.
Like,
it's
ooh,
ugly.
wait, son.
You
That
listen.
Just like jewelry, anything that you
Let me tell
got
you
me,
now.
I would never be like, this is ugly.
I'm telling you, she's talking on her ass right now. I know this woman. She would be in tears, crying because her son or her daughter made a picture of her, the love they share of her. She would be crying, and the thing could look like some stick figures, but just because
is
of
it?
the thought.
It's a duck.
Well, yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at. The same way with a child,
But you don't.
because you love them, you're gonna love what your
But I
man
can
gets
put
you.
that in
You
the
don't-
I can put that in the closet and wait till their 18th birthday and give it back to them.
And you're not going to do that. You would never do that as a mother. You were going to put that in a frame or
On
in the
the fridge.
refrigerator
Probably
and be
not.
like, that's my boy.
But
That's
you
my
don't,
little
you don't
girl.
expect much from your kids, though. That's the thing.
I'm saying a humble person cares about the person. They don't
Yes.
care about the material.
Yes.
I want it this way. Don't care what you want or
But
what you can afford.
Let's go back to. So clearly, you guys know I'm referring to an engagement ring because that for me
We all knew that.
right. That for me is very specific. Just like women have been planning their weddings since they were born. We imagine what our engagement ring is. And jewelry, just like clothes, it comes in and out of style, and everybody's specific. I'm very plain
Listen,
The problem
and
is
cheap, actually.
the ring. I want you to understand
It's not
something.
like
I want you to understand.
$20,000
I want you to understand something. The ring doesn't represent you. It represents me. That's what it means.
But
The
that's-
love I'm giving you
but
to
I
be
don't wanna
mine.
look down and I think it's ugly. I don't think
You
that.
shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should accept what I give you because I'm the one asking you to be my wife and giving you something from me.
okay. My question is this:
Go ahead.
he gives you a ring,
Mhm,
you don't like it.
mhm.
What do you do?
Do I have options? Or like you're
No.
saying,
No, he didn't give. No, he giving
No.
you an open room. What do you
What
do?
do you do?
what do I do as
Because
far
I can
as,
tell you.
do I say yes or no? Or do I
Pause.
No.
Pause. Don't give her no more. What are you doing?
Wow, I give you a lot.
He's not
He-
giving you no outs.
He proposed to you. You see the ring.
Well, I'm gonna
You don't-
say
you
yes,
don't like
but I
it.
don't know if I'm gonna tell. I don't know if I would tell him I don't like it.
This is a scenario. What are you gonna do?
I might suggest that it's. I don't know. I mean, it would be further. I wouldn't say anything that day. I would be too happy. But essentially, I think eventually I would be like, well, I kind of wish that you knew my style, what I like.
Okay, let me tell you something.
I already know what the answer is.
Don't ever do that.
No.
Now, can I tell you? Oh, you go ahead.
So
Never.
I have to secretly hate it.
I'm gonna tell you.
Let me tell you
Oh,
why.
no, I'm gonna let you
that
go.
happened to me. I proposed.
And don't
It
you
was
wish you
it
knew what
was
you
a
liked?
nice looking ring. Everybody said it was nice. Even my mother-in-law, all of
She
them said
wanted-
she wanted something different. Ruined it for me.
And I'm gonna tell you right now.
Ruined the moment for me.
I mean, Roger.
Go ahead.
Now and guess what? That right there was a sign he should have realized right then
should've.
and there that she's a more selfish person than the love she had for him.
Don't you wish though you did?
Okay, I'll let you talk.
I said this, like, you don't like that ring, you bring that shit back.
My thing is
I'm
that-
not doing that.
and the fact of the matter is how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
And when he was with his ex-wife, she did not appreciate him the
No.
way he should have been appreciated. And
So-
that shows you right there what that woman's all about. If she was to say something and
And I
ruin the
get
moment.
that.
And y'all gotta understand, we ain't worried about we ain't thinking about no style. It's not in style this season.
Exactly.
We ain't thinking about that.
Exactly.
No,
That's the
That's
problem.
not
We
instilled.
what
in
we're
us.
doing is thinking about what we can afford and to show that we
Yes.
care about you.
And that's the thing y'all don't understand. Y'all ladies don't understand. Y'all don't have to do it.
But I just
We
said,
do.
Everything's on us.
We
I
have
just
to do
said
it.
I'm cheap.
I'm gonna tell you what I would.
I don't need anything expensive.
I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't. Why you shouldn't say anything. You don't say nothing when you start the job and talking about when you gonna work and when you ain't gonna work. What you do is you get your tenure. When you get your 5-year, 10-year, whatever you want to call it, then you speak up and get what you want.
And
that's how that works.
And the thing is,
Yeah,
she
probably.
Said, she said it.
Probably a week or something.
Nah, it was like 2 days later or something like that.
Oh, see that I would not do.
I was like, what?
It would probably.
How she say it?
She basically said how, oh, it's really not my style. I mean, like, I was like, what?
For me, you would have to be like,
my
"Do you
goddamn
really
That was
like
best. That was better what I'm about to
for
do.
me, he would have to be like really put me in a spot. Like, do you really like it? You really think it's beautiful? Like that I would kind of be like,
That insult to injury. I kid you not. She got another ring that looked almost exactly like the one I got her. I was
Listen,
like,
that's
yo,
a con-
this ain't much difference.
I bet it costs more, didn't it?
I don't know. I ain't pay for it.
Oh.
I said, you want a different one? That's on you.
So
Oh, you had? Did she switch it out?
She did, which I was like, I don't know how much it costs.
What
I wasn't paying for another one.
Is really good. What men do is they'll be like, what kind of rings do you like? You pick out 6 or 7, and then they end up picking one of those ones that you like.
The problem is y'all want to be surprised.
But
This
then
is what
you
y'all-
want to
this
be in
is-
control of
yeah,
the surprise.
Yeah, that's why y'all. This is what paints men
So
in the
yes or
corner.
no. I don't need to be surprised that you want to marry me. I should already know that you want to marry me. We should have already had the discussion. We should already know.
No, you shouldn't.
No. Not like, oh, when are you going to propose to me? But like, I should know that you see me as a future wife. Just like you should know
Yes.
that I'm going to say yes.
But
before you ask me.
the proposal has to be the surprise.
He could have picked out a ring a year ago, and I'll never know.
What I'm saying is this.
That's fine.
The ring.
You could surprise me tomorrow. We just talked about it today, and I would be surprised.
Give you an example. What you sound like. I'm gonna tell you what you sound like. I don't care if you think you're right or wrong. Is you sound like the six. You know, remember back in the day, MTV used to have the 16.
Oh
16,
my God.
16 birthday, and
Hated that show.
they'd be privileged rich kids, and they would do stuff, and then they would complain. That's what you sound like to a man.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, the fact that I gave you something that means something that to me and to you, and all you can see is the material side of it, lets me know you're not worthy of it.
So I get what you're coming from, where you're coming from.
Here's the but.
However,
There it is.
but I said,
You know, however, yeah.
I would think that you would know me enough to know what I like.
That's
like
bull.
this.
Yeah, you know what?
I got
You
the
picked this out and
she
I
said
love it.
she said the same thing.
It's perfect.
You know why? Because I chose for what I wanted, not because what you wanted.
The
I'm telling you
ring-
right now.
The ring represents the love that the man has for
I
you.
understand that. And
Not not what's in style
Yeah,
and
not the
season.
style of
But
you.
that
Not in-
though- well, and I know that because you could give me something that's perfectly in style today, and 10 years from now, I understand that. But
A ring's always in style.
But
In
that's
my mind.
why I wouldn't be like, oh, it's so ugly, or why I wouldn't say no just because of the ring or even the size of the ring. I would get married with a twist tie.
I always tell this story. When I was at work, there was this African lady.
They
And
always
I was talking to her, and I seen the ring on her hand. This thing looked like it came out of a Cracker Jack box. I kid you not. The ring cost $25. And the lady said, my husband said, all I can afford is this. If you take this, I promise you, I will give you better in the future. She said, okay. He got her damn near a mansion. He bought her a $10,000 ring later on. All these cars. She said, I don't want all of that. She doesn't even wear the $10,000 ring. She wears the $25 one. And she said, I got a son. He said, I'm gonna give this ring to my son. He said, give this woman this ring. Propose to her with this ring. If she does not take it, you leave that woman right there.
That's a fact, because when stuff gets hard, your inner materialistic side is going to come out. Because if that's all you care about is material things, more than being with that man, she not worth it.
Yeah.
So absolutely, like I just said, I would.
Don't do it. Don't.
However,
Oh God.
what I'm referring to is not the cost of the ring.
No,
You
the
could-
style of the ring. I know that.
Get me $100,000 ring, and if it's ugly, it's ugly. Versus $100 ring, and I could love it.
It's
I'm
what
not-
I
it's not
wanted to
about the
give
dollar.
you. That's what I'm telling you.
And plus, you ladies don't understand, which I still don't get this part of getting married. That's the engagement ring. That's not even the wedding band. Y'all get a second one.
So you're really supposed to wear the wedding band. The engagement ring, you're not supposed to wear it forever.
I've never heard of that.
You're really not. You're supposed to wear it while you're
I think-
engaged.
Yeah,
aren't you?
I think that.
And then when you take the,
Oh,
they
and
take
it's
that.
both, so you were engaged and married.
No, you wear it because it looks pretty. But the engagement ring, you're really only supposed to wear the wedding ring.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Well, because women do it the way they want to do it.
One ring says engaged, 2 rings says married.
One ring can say married.
No.
yeah,
one
I've
ring
never
says
seen.
engaged.
I'm trying to think if
No.
I've ever seen 2.
They don't wear
Like,
2.
always,
No,
always.
no, women do not wear 2 rings. They wear an engagement ring while they're engaged, and then they wear their wedding band when they're married.
I'm Googling it.
Girl, if you wear 2, you're just being extra. That's what it is.
Like
trying
on
to
your
think.
wedding day, you have no ring on.
Stop
And
stop
they put the-
stop doing that.
sorry.
Thank you.
On your wedding day, you have no ring on. And they put the wedding band, because really that's what it is. The wedding band goes first and then the engagement ring, because
No.
you have nothing on your hand.
The wedding band is the thing you're supposed to be wearing when you're the engagement ring, the reason the engagement ring is so pretty is so when you're walking around, girl, I'm getting married. I'm showing off that I'm getting married. When you get married, you put the wedding band on,
Start checking some rings
and that's
tomorrow.
what you wear for the rest of your life. The wedding band is always less because you know why? It's not about the marriage. It's about the commitment.
I mean, we don't really think about stuff like that because you ever go ring shopping for men? $200.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
It's just a little section.
we actually went to the mall once and we were looking at just jewelry.
Mhm.
And she was like, "What kind of wedding band would you want?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't think about those things, but I showed her some things I liked,
Mhm.
but I don't wear jewelry.
When I Google it, everything says temporarily removing it at the wedding. Nothing says after.
Once again, the reason women wear it is because they want expensive jewelry on their body. That is not the protocol. The protocol is you wear the wedding band. Women
I'm trying
don't.
to think if I've ever seen a woman with 2 rings on her hand.
That's all I see. And I look at wedding rings immediately.
No. If anything, you know what women do? They take the wedding band off after the wedding and keep the engagement ring on because it's more pretty for them. That's why.
I've always seen 2. And
Well, guess what? What we're gonna do is, if we ever get married, you're gonna have the engagement ring. Wear it while you engage. When you get married, you're gonna wear I'm gonna put up the engagement ring.
In
And you
fact,
just-
I also see women that wear their engagement ring, their wedding ring, and then like after 10 years they'll get another promise band. I've seen women with like literally down their hands.
Y'all walking around looking like Mr. T with all them damn rings on.
No, I've seen is what they'll have the wedding band from the first, like when they got married, and then they upgrade it and they add to the band and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Because the one girl, she had a huge one. I was like, damn. She's like, well, that's what 40 years gets you.
You have to see too that a lot of the rings nowadays where the wedding band does it completes it. Like you can't wear the wedding band by itself. Like,
well, I'm gonna tell you what my
know what I
father
mean? Like,
did.
There's someone that have sets. I get
Yeah.
that part, but I ain't doing all that.
So what my father did, he just got my mom a regular gold band, but for every so many years, there's a diamond in there. So every so many years, he put a diamond in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
like 5 years,
5
10
years,
years,
10, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That like she knows you keep rocking with me, you might get another diamond.
Yeah, another diamond. It was supposed to be originally, I guess originally it's supposed to be for birthstones for the children.
That's what I like. I
for
like
the children.
I like birthstones.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I need my glasses.
For what?
Squinting. I'm just
You looking at us? All right. She's trying to see comments. That's what she's trying to do.
No.
Oh. What?
nothing.
The mouse?
I got it. I saw it. It's fine.
Okay. She's just a nosy person. That's all.
Nosy Rose.
What else we talking about today?
Let's see.
I'm not. What?
I was like, what about that video?
Oh yeah, we can check the video out. Means you just got to hear it, I guess.
Yeah, I know it is. That chick from not the View, but
I think the voice is
the voice. I think
I know it is the View.
the talk or whatever it is.
Yeah. Hold up. All right, let's
She
check it.
also was in Cheetah Girls.
She was. That was a classic.
3LW. I know who that chick is.
Yeah.
Cheetah Girls. Why was Cheetah Girls so big?
I don't know.
Girls love Cheetah Girls.
My nieces loved Cheetah Girls.
My sister loved Cheetah Girls. I like Cheetah Girls because Raven was my baby mama. Without
Raven
her.
Simone.
Yes,
She was like
that was my
dudes.
girl. I
That
love.
didn't age very well.
Yeah, she's still. She's still
She's
Raven.
not ugly at all, but she.
Hey, hell no, she ain't.
Like
cuter.
dudes.
She was cuter.
Cute on the Cosby Show.
True.
No, she was a little cute kid.
All right.
I know that pause. I know that came all wrong, but
I mean,
I mean
well,
like that.
Let me say this: the way you look at cute with her wasn't the way I looked at cute with her.
I know.
I grew up with her, so I was like, yeah, that's my girl. All right, let's watch this.
Everything to pursue me.
Mm-hmm.
I am talking wine and dine, have these deep emotional moments with me. I mean, we would cry together. He would write these love letters to me. I mean, one day I remember saying I was sick, and maybe like 20 minutes later, there was a knock on my door, and my doorman came up, and he had delivered soup for me.
Oh.
And I think even a humidifier. This is so random. I was sick and like clean, like, yeah, a whole thing.
Yeah, right.
And this was like the norm for the first 2 years of our relationship, to the point where even his family and his friends were like, this is a changed man. We've never seen this version. So, and that fed my ego. That made me feel like, oh my gosh, like I changed him. He's totally different. This is real. This is true. And then 2 years into the relationship, once the love experience, the in-love experience had ended, he was a completely different person. He was cold with me. I felt like I couldn't reach that person that I fell in love with anymore. I had an ex that did everything.
Okay. So
Okay.
So the reason why I sent this video is I'm interested because I looked at the comments and they were so contradicting. I was curious as to why you think that happened.
Okay.
Like, why did he change?
Probably because in those 2 years, she never reciprocated any of that stuff that he did.
yeah, I'm right there with you. She already told on herself. Her ego, she started to feel herself because he's doing all these extra nice things for her, to where she probably treated him with less respect. You know the old saying, nice, if you're being too nice, sometimes it shows weakness. He was being too nice to her. When somebody doesn't feel they deserve certain things and they're getting it, it makes them see themselves as a higher status than the person who's giving it to them. Right? You know what I mean? Like, almost like you're a bad kid, but I'm still giving you something. You don't respect that person. You're like, yo, I can walk all over them because they'll give me whatever I want. And ultimately, that's probably what happened. She probably felt he was lesser than, and then he realized all the stuff he's doing, she's not reciprocating or giving him the respect he needs.
Because she only said what he did.
Yeah, she didn't give him nothing.
So in this case, I absolutely agree, especially because she said, when she was like, oh, it fed my ego. To me, I'm like, you took him for granted. The way that she spoke about him, she probably didn't respect him or see him for what he was until it was gone. But it's funny because in the comments, all of the men responded exactly like you guys did.
And I'm gonna say this: if anybody know who this woman is, she ended up leaving her husband. Right, that's who she was probably disrespecting, and then got with a more famous status man. Got with him, had a kid with him, and he left her. You know why he left her? Because she's a taker. She's not a giver.
So can you guys guess how the women responded and said why this happened?
I would probably say
I
would say they probably didn't hold themselves accountable or hold her accountable. That's what I'm assuming, because women don't sometimes see their own error of their ways. But maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure the phrase "he didn't know your worth" was in there about half a dozen times.
Well, I don't necessarily think that it's women like not seeing their faults. I think that they tend to see their point of view, and your perception is your reality. So of course, if I'm acting a certain way and someone doesn't tell me how it makes them feel, I can only take it for surface value. But a lot of the women were saying narcissistic behavior, that was love bombing, that really wasn't who he was in the beginning.
Bullshit.
Which can be the case.
Let me tell you something.
But it's not always the case.
And this is why I hate the internet sometimes, because it feels like somebody took a psychology dictionary and just started throwing words out.
No,
they
took a psychology online class for 5 minutes, and now they're expert.
And now they're just throwing words out that they don't even mean. We went out, right? We would go out and do interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
We asked people what
we asked
the
people
word narcissistic mean. No one could.
Not even narcissistic. No, we asked them. What did we ask them about? It was like prenup or something.
Prenups.
We were asking what
Didn't know
prenup.
what it was.
We were asking them about what's it called when a man hates women? They're misogynist. They didn't know what a misogynist was.
Well,
I didn't know. Say it right there.
You see words so often and you relate it to things that people will label it as, and you just assume it to be true. No,
And you don't even know the real
it's fine.
definition. You're
Exactly.
going in your mind what they've
Just
thought it to be.
brainwashed.
And not for nothing, like I said, a narcissist would never do kind things like that to somebody else. They would not do that. They would blame if you're sick, right? It's all got to be about them. It's got to benefit them.
Well, the love bombing stage is like that, where you don't see it, you're blinded by love.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you a narcissist.
No, narcissists love bomb, and then they show their true colors to where it's like, well, I did that because and
Well,
See, but I don't think
people
that's
tend-
a narcissist though.
People tend to do that too.
To love bomb?
When you first meet,
What is a
somebody-
love bomb? What does that mean?
To just, well, it's fake, but to just suffocate somebody with so many good things and no bad things, it's different than infatuation. Infatuation comes equally in a relationship, not to where you suffocate someone in.
You ever think maybe that somebody does kind things for you because you came off in the
100%.
beginning as kind, and then you did, and then you switched up on them?
But I'm not saying just because someone shows love that they're love bombing and all of a sudden narcissist. That's by
Maybe
nature.
she's the narcissist.
I think everybody does that to a degree. You're going to put your best foot forward,
Well, for
and you're going to
sure.
do the nicest things for that person
And
if you're
that's-
genuinely interested in
And
them.
that's the problem with people. That's a problem with, like you said, the internet, is because they see all that love and then they're like, oh, narcissist. No, you need to dissect it and see it for what it is. Just because someone wants to spend all their time with somebody, or somebody really cares for somebody and wants to pour into them, doesn't make them a narcissist. You have to, unfortunately, sometimes spend more time with someone to figure out and see the toxic behaviors behind it.
Yes,
But just because there's love doesn't mean they're narcissist.
because and there are some, and I hate to sound like this because I hear it all the time. There are some women who feel like they just don't have to do anything
I don't
for a man, and it's unreal.
Sad.
I told a lady at work, this was a couple of years ago.
Men gotta prove it before they give anything.
Well, men do have to prove it
Yeah.
most of the time before we get
You
anything in
shouldn't have
return.
to. What I'm saying is, that's
But we
how
do.
women view it.
Yeah, I told this lady at work, because she told, it was a nurse. She told me the only time she has to do anything for her man was his birthday and Christmas.
Yikes.
I said that man's going to leave you
100%.
100%.
Did he leave her?
He did.
My thing is this.
He left.
Like
her.
I remember you always said this. You said if you do this much,
Mhm.
that means somebody only got to do this much to beat you out,
That's it.
Word.
and that's real.
There's nothing to compare it to.
You better make sure your stuff is it take a lot to get through
Because this is what happens when I'm going to speak for men because I'm a man. When a woman approaches a man, sometimes and that temptation is always going to be there.
Yes,
But when a man thinks back, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that because my lady does this for me.
she
does
do
that,
too much
she
for me
do
to
that.
to
It's
to
too
fuck it
much.
up.
I got it too good over here to mess this up for this little.
And
chance
this is
right
the
here.
difference between men and women. Men will sit there if a woman's doing everything we need, right? We'll be like, no, I'm not willing to risk this because she do too much for me, and I know how it could be with other women.
Yes.
Women, if a man presents it to her, a woman will say, "Well, my man's doing everything, but man, he has a little bit more. It might be a little bit better over here if I could get it."
But not every woman is like that.
I ain't saying every, but a lot of women are. They're like
Yeah, because women are.
hypergamous.
I mean, think about even nature and animals. How the men, like birds, puff out their chest. They
No, I get it. The
their
strongest one's
beautiful-
gonna get it.
Strongest, most beautiful ducks. The pretty ones are the men because they need to show that so the woman is attracted.
They
to
splash in the
Uh,
water, make themselves
Right.
look.
Peacocks too.
And I always say this: why do you think women gotta wear makeup and do their hair? Because most of the time, men are prettier naturally. I hate to say it.
You said we're prettier naturally.
Yes.
We gotta
You guys
be.
got prettier.
I ain't gonna lie, we are.
We gotta be because if a man is ugly, that's it. It's game over.
Because
Right.
because we're more simpler. All we have to do is clean our face up,
That's it.
brush our teeth, get a haircut.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you don't gotta do that. There are times I've walked around looking like like you said, homeless.
Because
And
But that's what God gave you. Unfortunately, we gotta.
but looks ain't this is the thing though. It's because women don't go, they look at looks, but they're not, it's not the defining factor for one. Woman is more in depth for a man. They need to see, yeah, they are, because let me tell you why.
Well,
A
we
man,
have initial
a man, yeah, initial attraction has to be there a little bit for both parties. But the reality is, a woman could be a fried person at McDonald's. She look good enough. We talking to her.
Yeah.
A man, he work at McDonald's. He been working there for 10 years. Guess what? I can't deal with him. I don't care. If you do, he coming through the back door and I can't.
It's gotta be cute.
He can't be. Yeah, he got to look like a model. And if
Exactly.
he was a model, I guarantee he ain't working at McDonald's. Somebody gonna scoop him up. But I'm just saying, it's so we're probably more superficial when it comes to looks for what we want, and women are more superficial for like. Oh no, would that
a
be?
lot of women, it's money.
Yeah, money, because it's all about
Because the other women are
security.
rich and-
It's about security and protection for a woman,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for a man,
Look
it's
at-
about peace
Uh-huh.
and
that trophy on your arm.
yeah.
But
we see it.
even as you get older,
I don't see it like
even-
that.
Yeah,
Women
men,
do.
here's the
You
thing:
gotta compete.
we don't.
A select few of men think
Yeah,
like that.
it would-
Men who are, I will agree, men who are probably super higher status
Yes.
financially think like that because time is money for them, and they're not going to waste their time with, because like you got to realize they don't need you financially at all.
No.
They need you for offspring, and they need you to look like upgrade their status. So they're using you for a status thing, just like she's looking for a protection and status. If I marry you, you look good enough. We can have pretty looking kids, right? And then I can show you off to other people. That's what a man at that status is looking for. When you're when you're just middle class or even lower class, you still want somebody to look good, but you want somebody that compliments you. I mean, I guess everybody wants somebody to compliment them.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Would you rather have a smart woman, but she's difficult to deal with, right? Like she can't. It's just a headache. Or would you rather want a dumb woman, but she's easy to deal with, and she goes with what you ask her?
I gotta go with the smart woman.
Why?
Because I've talked with some dumb women, and it's
boring.
Aggravating. It is.
It can be aggravating.
Can I be honest?
I've exploded on women
Please.
like that before.
All women are frustrating. Doesn't matter. You might as well have one that you can have a good conversation with.
Okay, would you want somebody? You want somebody smarter than you? That would you want a girl that's smarter than you that makes you feel dumb, or would you rather want a woman who's not as smart as you and she makes you feel like you're smart? You're like yo, I need you. Be real. I already know my answer.
What is it?
I gotta go with the smart one again.
I want the one that's not that so smart. It makes me feel, because like you said, perception is your reality. I want to feel like I'm smart, and I want to feel like I'm needed. I don't want to feel like I'm a burden to you because you're smarter than me and I'm the dummy.
Like, oh my god.
Like you always correcting me. You always making me feel like I'm not.
There's
like
always,
I'm a problem.
There's always going to be one person in a relationship that does the correcting. That's just.
But see, the funny thing is, she don't like to be corrected either.
It's different things that we correct each other on, okay?
Yeah, but you don't like it either.
Sometimes if I know I'm wrong, I'm okay with it. But if it's like, okay, maybe I'm purposely mispronouncing something and it's clear.
I know, yeah. You
like sometimes I say ossifer instead of officer because it's funny.
Like she thinks
got it from somewhere.
Like she does, like she'll drive through a stop sign and be like, stoppable or something.
No, I say it's stoptional.
Oh, stoptional. And I'll be like, okay, like that's not. Yeah, when it's fun. No,
to
you
the
don't.
cops is behind you. Like
I'm waiting on it.
That I'll say on purpose. But if he's mispronouncing a word and genuinely doesn't know he's mispronouncing it, I don't want him to out there looking like he don't know how to say.
There's
stuff.
a way
So
to
like,
do it. You wait for them to
like
be
enjoy
done. Okay, I'm about to. You got your ears open?
Yeah.
All right, ready? This is how you do it. somebody says something that you know is wrong or incorrect, you wait till they're done, and then you get through the whole conversation. Hey, and then if y'all just by yourselves, you say, hey, babe, I don't know if you know this or not, but the word you said, this is how it's supposed to be said. Just so if you and be like, all right, cool. That's how you do it. You don't while they still talking. Let's say I say instead of I'd be like, yeah, it's a tomato, and you like, and soon as I'm talking, yeah, so the tomato, it ain't tomato, it's tomato. That's what she does.
I'm guilty.
Well, then you know why? If you forget about it, it means it wasn't that important in the first place.
I'm guilty of that too. I used to do that a lot.
That's annoying. We all make mistakes.
You know, and I it's crazy because I was in California a couple of years ago, and I actually told him this. I'm like, yo, it's this weird thing. It's maybe because I'm getting older that even when I hear it in music, like hip hop music, I hear them pronounce words wrong. It irritates the hell out of me for some reason.
Because you're getting old.
Yeah, because I'm getting. That's not how you say that. I caught myself doing it with my lady. So
I try to stop because he has told me he doesn't like it.
Yeah, so you had to.
She tried, but she's still.
But I really don't want him out there like pronouncing the wrong thing, like anybody thinking he's stupid because he's not. He's smart, and if he and if it's accident, I'll like let it. But sometimes there's been words where he said it a couple of times, and it's been the same way each time, and still wrong.
No, it's not that it's wrong. It's that sometimes my accent change where I say words a little different than she says it. And she got to understand that there's people from other areas of the United States that say the same word you're saying and says it in a different way. That doesn't mean they don't know the word or what it means. If I was using the word out of context, that's different.
Well,
but if I say it in a different way than you say it, that ain't wrong.
So it's not like okay, let's say the word tornado that he maybe said tornado. It's different. You're not mispronouncing. It's not like
you know what I mean, and you know what, and I'm using it in the right context. So you're just trying to change how I speak, not I don't know the word.
I'm not trying to change how you speak ever.
If I'm changing,
don't look at him.
that is what that means. Is that not what that means?
You're trying to change the way he speaks
about something, a word. Yes, you are. It's not that, babe. It's this.
Like some people say Porsche. Some people say Porsche.
That I wouldn't correct. But if you said Porsche, I'd be like, babe, it's Porsche.
See what I'm telling you? You don't realize if she went to Louisiana or Mississippi or anything, they would be looking at you like you're weird because you talk different than they do. The way you use words.
In Florida, I know people have
Did
lots of different accents.
Did you correct them?
Not if it was their accent. I know how you talk.
It's really prevalent in places outside the country. The UK and stuff like that. They really their whole vernacular. It almost sounds like they're talking in metaphor.
Oh, I want to put this on because I saw this and this was
what is it?
Well, let me watch. Ready?
I want to hear it.
Oh, well, you might miss out on this one.
I don't care about him taking my wife. That's nothing, Your Honor. What the boils down to is the pain and the anguish of this man in my face, in my business, asking my wife to fix him some chitlins, Your Honor. Your Honor, this man has his own life. He has his own. Why ask my wife to fix? And I cussed him out on the phone, Your Honor. I told the man, I said, man, you're not getting nothing.
And asked his wife to cook him some chitlins. That's amusing.
You know how hard it is.
Pretty.
Chitlins takes time.
I'm trying to get you away from that.
That's a real black. That's a black man.
I'm trying not to laugh at you, man. Because you had a serious injury, but you just won't take the gift. Do you know how long? No, I don't know how long it takes to cook chitlins.
I'm not.
Okay, so what I want to know is, I know it's funny, but I want to know, This is a man. What I'm noticing is that he cares not more about her body and that she's, some people, because they ask, do you care more if he cheated on you or if he spent money on her? And some of the people would say, some women would say, I care more that he spent money on her because he's like trying to provide for her. He cares about her more than just having sex with her, right?
There's thought.
Okay. And that's what I get from this guy. He's saying, yo, I don't care that you cheated on her, had sex with her. I care that she over here cooking chitlins for you. That take hours and time, and you got to clean the chitlins and care. That's where I agree with him. I would have more of a problem if you were taking care of this person than if you were
the fact that
having sex with him.
The fact that he had the audacity to call and ask her to make him a plate, and then she got up and
did it. You mean he might as well be the husband?
Yeah.
She in deep. If she cooking them chitlins,
I'm like, you cook them chitlins, you leave this house.
You ever have somebody chitlins? You ever been in the house with somebody cooking chitlins?
Oh my God, they're trash.
They smell like ass. Literally.
First of all, they come in this big red biohazard bucket.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you gotta go and you gotta rinse them out and clean them and boil them and then rinse them out. And it's like when they boil, the smell of the water that comes out of there is straight booty cheeks. I'm telling you, it's bad. No, it really is.
Oh my God, it reeks.
Shout out this. Well, since we're talking about it, man, this episode is sponsored by Chitlins. Go get yours today. You eat chitlins?
I've eaten them once. That's it.
I've never eaten chitlins just because of how traumatized I was from the smell.
There's been nobody that has said that they were that amazing to make me want to try.
No, they don't taste. They don't really taste like that.
What do they taste like? Because
you gotta put something on them.
What I guess was chitlins taste like the seasonings you put it in.
That's it.
I don't think they're like, like catfish. Catfish it tastes like a seasoning you put in. It don't really have a taste. It's a texture. But I'm not eating pig intestines.
Nah.
For nobody.
It looks like the texture is terrible.
It feels like it's rubbery.
No,
is it rubbery?
No, it's not that. It's
Explain it to
me. It's like almost like rubbery almost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It looks rubbery.
You know? It's been years since I've eaten them, but
let's keep it that way.
Yeah, right. I'm not eating them on them joints.
We got like one more video, then we're gonna call it quits. Let's see. If I haven't already told y'all, go hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss none of our videos. Every Monday and Friday around this time, you know what we do. Mm-hmm. Same place, same time. All right, we got one more video. Do you want to do the quit arguing with women video, or do you want to do
quit arguing with women?
Yes. Or do you want to do, would you take out a woman who's celibate? Which one you want to do?
Would you take out a woman who's celibate?
Oh, I'm here for
That's the one you want to do? All right, let's do it.
Here for the argument one.
What type of mood I'm in today?
Yeah, she came out the gate arguing today, man. When I didn't give her the scenario she wanted, the answer she wanted to hear, we were supposed to go to the gym. She got so heated. She said, "I'm coming here." She's in the driveway. I didn't know she's in the driveway. I'm thinking she's still driving to the house. She sat there for 25 minutes and then said, "I'm outside." I said, "You outside?" I said, "When'd you get here?" "Oh, I've been here."
But I was so heated in the argument, I didn't even pause to be like, "I'm here."
I said, "You killing me."
I wasn't heated.
Take that energy and convert it into that workout.
Now let's watch this video. All right.
So tell me why I'm on Twitter, right? And I see this girl come across my timeline saying, "Sexy and celibate." Then the next thing I see from her is a tweet saying, "Oh my God," with a screenshot from a man saying, I'm not finna take you out and you celibate. Ladies, I want y'all to understand something. Regardless of our intentions, I hope y'all know that we still intend to fuck y'all. For most men, the goal of the date is to fuck. Y'all gotta stop acting like y'all don't know this. Then I see this other girl saying how she's not materialistic, but if a guy buys her $1,000 purse, she'll be pissed the fuck off. Then this girl quotes it saying, SMH, I am, buy me that Chanel, sir. Chanel. A Chanel bag and you celibate? Bitch, you might want to celebrate that pussy to get that Chanel bag. You got a nigga fucked up. How much fucking are y'all bitches doing to where so many of y'all just want to become celibate? You know what I'm saying? Like, you only want to let that coochie breathe when Sexy Red said, bitch, if you don't let that motherfucker cool down, and then most of y'all don't even know what celibate means, because y'all still out here sucking dick. Let me guess, y'all don't believe me, right? This bitch even said it. Ladies, y'all are not celibate. Y'all are abstinent. But I'm going to let y'all know this. If you want to date a nigga like me, the only thing you abstaining from is celibacy, because you got a nigga fucked up if you think I ain't fucking shit. All right, y'all, peep game. So tell me why I'm on Twitter, right?
Okay, so that's it. I mean, go ahead, Beans.
That's a rough one, man. I don't know if I can do it.
I can tell you right now. I dated a girl who was, I'm getting in religion. I'm trying to get religion. She's like, I'm celibate. I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. You're not really like, are you really celibate, or are you just saying that to try to test me to see if I will pursue you still? And you remember?
Oh, yes,
we went on a
yes.
It was actually a girl I met while we were doing interviews.
Yes, I remember.
And then
we were at a gospel concert.
Exactly.
I remember.
And we were spending time together. I was like, okay, you know what? I respect that. You do what you got to do for yourself. We going on dates, we're spending time, whatever. And then I'm just like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because it was okay with her saying she was celibate. The problem was when she said, I'm gonna be celibate till I get married. No, I'm not. You could do that. I'm not doing that. I wasn't doing at the time. I was not willing to do that.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me she was celibate. I was like, "Is that gonna work for you?"
Yeah, I'm not gonna we could be friends, but I wasn't gonna. I was like, so I told her straight up. I was like, yo, I don't see that happening, and we stopped talking. She was crazy.
That only works if like you guys, the man is like straight up devout in his.
Why are you staring at me like you want to hurt me?
That's the only.
I'm not.
You're doing this.
I'm not.
That's the only way that's gonna work.
My eyes won't even go that way.
What?
So,
the man has to be straight up devout in that religion. That's the only way that's gonna work.
Is a woman who says I'm celibate, same thing for a man who says I'm celibate. You are looking for a specific type of person. They're not trying to trick you. They're not, well, some women may, but they're not trying to see like if you'll turn. They're looking for a specific kind of man or woman. They
want somebody to care for them more than their body. But the reality is this: you're not a virgin. If you came to
she said she wasn't
no,
a virgin?
Yeah, she wasn't no virgin. This is my thing. If a woman came to me and was like, I'm a virgin, I'm celibate, I want to wait till I get married, 100%, I'm okay with it. You've never had sex, I'm okay with it because you've been waiting for Mr. Right. I can respect that. But this born again virgin thing,
no, that's
not
acceptable. Because listen, okay,
for you,
no, listen, a man or a woman, if you, okay, let's say Christianity or whatever that was. If you are not a Christian, you have sex, then you meet God and you decide I realize now that this isn't for me. I need to wait now to have sex until marriage because I now know the Bible and this is my religion. This is what I believe. Then it's acceptable. However, that person would have to, like, in my opinion, you got to follow the religion then. You know, you can't just be like picking
so
choose.
This is the thing that I want people to realize when women want to be celibate or men want to be celibate, that's fine. But you got to understand they're trying to go back to the old ways of like, okay, you don't have sex until you're married, right? What everybody fails to realize in 2024 is this: when people met up and they did courting, they courted for about 2 months and then they were married.
Right.
They didn't wait no 6, 7, 8 months, year, 2 years talking about. And this is what some of the women are saying today. Oh, well, we got to be together for 2 years. And I'm going to be celibate for 2 years. And that ain't happening. No man is doing that.
It's unrealistic.
So you need to get that through your head that if you're going to be celibate, you need to be celibate for 2, 3 months and then say, let's get married.
Well, and that's why it's a lot more popular for people to say that they're celibate when they're younger. Because then they do, like, they can't handle it. They meet somebody and they're like, let's get married because I can't do this.
Every woman I've ever met that was older that said they were celibate was something wrong with them.
I was going to say that. When you were starting that, I was like, no, that...
She was serious wrong with that girl. This is the crazy part about this whole story. I'm thinking she's at an apartment. She was at an apartment, but it come to find out she was at a shelter. Because I kept wondering, she's like, I gotta be here by this time, I gotta be here by this time. And I'm like, I said, yo, you at an apartment and it got a curfew.
I remember you tell.
And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm seeing other people, but it was like older, somebody was outside. I'm like, yo, that girl kind of like she look homeless. She's like, she is. And I'm like, but does she stay in your building? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, why is she homeless? And she's like, oh, this is a shelter for homeless people. And I was like, oh. I said, like, do you work here or something?
You gotta prove that you're homeless, or can you just say that you're homeless?
No, I don't know. I think you had to. They had to show that they weren't.
I mean,
they're working.
Great conditions. It's not the Ritz-Carlton.
I mean, no. She showed me like a little bit. Like I wondered why she would never let me go into her. I couldn't go into her apartment. I was like, let me come see you. And she was like, I couldn't come. No, you can't come. I'm not ready for that. But the reality was, it wasn't that she wasn't ready for it. I couldn't literally go in there. I wasn't allowed to go in there because I'm not part of the program.
I remember you describing it to me. I'm like, that's not like a halfway house, man. You sure? I said,
well, I should have asked. And this is where I say, fellas, find out what these women are about, what they do, what situation they in before you take them out on dates.
Yeah, because she seemed like a nice person.
She was nice, but she was crazy because you know why? And it's so sad because I literally I went. Remember she had got, I forget what happened to her in the hospital. Oh, she had, I guess, fell out because she was having like her menstrual cycle and was having such a heavy flow that she was passing out or something. So she went to the hospital for the emergency room. And I was like, okay. And she's like, can you come just be with me while I'm here? So we sat in the waiting room.
I remember you telling me.
And I was just like, in my head, I was like, I think I text you. I was like, yeah, we sit in this waiting room. And I'm like, I'm so over this. I'm ready to go.
I remember that.
And I stayed with her the whole time. And even when she was in the waiting, like in the emergency thing, and then literally like that week, she was like, I'm thinking about going to Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I was like, Baltimore? Who's in Baltimore? And she was like, she said her friend, but then she was like, no, it's nobody in Baltimore. I was just gonna go to Baltimore. I'm like, come to find out, she ran away from her family in Chicago. It was a whole bunch of things.
She had too much going on.
She was mental, dude.
Once I heard the story, I was like, this ain't gonna work.
And I'm glad I told her, look at, I got her a book. I got her a book to like help her with her stress. And I was thinking, maybe this can happen. I think what happened for me was, I wish I could see her face right now. My girl face. She's just like,
I'm questioning me.
Nah, this chick was a mess.
I know you're not questioning me because we can go ahead and talk about your people too. You had some yours is way worse than mine.
Doesn't matter. Keep going.
Exactly. So kind of find out she was just she was homeless and I think she was schizophrenic. She started to think something because she was telling herself things that wasn't happening. I think you're schizophrenic sometimes too, because you tell yourself things that ain't happening either.
That's not true.
That is true. But I digress.
I forgot all about that lady.
Yeah.
Forgot all about it.
What was her name? I'm horrible. I'm not. I really be forgetting people's names, and the reason is I want to say it was I've dated like 4 girls who all have like similar names, so it's like I get them mixed up sometimes.
Yeah, I've done that to my brother.
I had to look on my phone. I don't even know the girl name no more. Oh well. All right. Well, anything else y'all want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I think we good.
Because I'm hungry and I think my girl a little hangry. All right. Look, Mother's Day is coming up this weekend. Go do something for your mother. All right. And
do something for your wife first.
And shout out to all mothers out there. You know, my sister, she a mother. Shout out to you. My mom, of course. I love you, mom. And to Karen's mom, to Bean's mother, and all his sisters.
Get your mom a clean house for Mother's Day.
Yeah, because you know this episode is sponsored by Karen's Cleaning, and you can go ahead and get there. Hit her up on Facebook at Karen's Cleaning. If you need, hit me up on Facebook or Beans. We can go ahead and give y'all the link, and you can go ahead and get your house clean for your Mother's Day, because you know, happy mother, happy life.
Nothing rhymes with mother, brother, but that doesn't work.
Happy mother, fuck your brother.
Yuck, gross. Don't end it on that.
I can't really think of nothing that rhymes with mother.
Nah, we got to work on that.
Well, wait a minute. You don't have to say, but see, you don't have to say mother. What's another word for mother?
Mom.
Happy mom. Everything fine. Mom. Yeah.
We're hungry, overtired.
Yeah, we're gonna go get some food. We'll talk to y'all Monday, man. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Y'all have a good weekend, I should say.
And I'm just Karen.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
What?
Nigga! That's got to be racist.